of the Rhythm and Soul Patrol show, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of Behind the Patrol, where we connect the past, present, and future of music. Today we're honored to have a guest who's not just a pioneer in hip-hop, but also a bridge between generations. From the gritty sounds of Memphis with 3-6 Mafia to his solo career, he's layered old school soul, funk, and everything in between into his beats, creating anthems that will resonate across eras. He's an Oscar winner who's the definition of longevity and innovation. My Soul Patrol, please welcome Mr. Juicy J.
Thank you, thank you.
How are you today?
I'm great, man. Blessed. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I love this show.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to have you here, especially because we're both from North Memphis.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know this, but I am from North Memphis. That's my roots.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. And I usually end the show with a gift, but I want to start the show with a gift. Okay. I brought you something just to show my appreciation for having you on the show. So I'm gonna give you a gift.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Oh, shit. Wow.
So my older sister is an artist. Her name is Allison. I'm gonna shout her out. 107 Allison on Instagram. And big fan of your book, big fan of your entire career and everything you represent. So I had her take the cover of your book and then everything that is you. We've got the quote by Malcolm X, by any means necessary. And I think I love your story. The way you knew you were going to make it happen. Yep. Nothing could stop you. By any means necessary, so I had to put that. Also, you'll see, rise, shine, give God the glory, glory, rise, shine, give God the glory. Yep. That is what your father used to tell you. And it's just a great way to start the day. So I wanted to start this by giving God the glory, and also just everything about you. You've got Popeye there. You said spinach. Weed is like your spinach. We got the good stuff in there. And it's just everything about you. You got your albums, your tagline.
The Juicy Fruit rap.
Yes. Tell everybody about that. So you got your name how?
From a Juicy Fruit rapper. Seriously, I was in my bedroom. I slept at the top bunk. My brother slept at the bottom bunk, and it was I was trying to think of a name. I was like, I was thinking about. I was thinking about Jazzy J, but I was like, well, Jazzy Jeff, I already got Jazzy Jeff, so I didn't want to copy him. So I was sitting on the top bunk, and I saw a Juicy Fruit rapper on the floor, and I jumped down. I was like, Juicy J, and that's how it became. Well,
I definitely wanted to do that for you, and I think that is a good representation. Excuse me, a good representation of not only Juicy J, but Jordan Michael Houston. That is you right there.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Well, let's talk about some of the samples that you've done. I brought a selection of albums with me. I really enjoy listening to your music and then finding out. I'm like, oh, I know what that is. I know all of it. I want to start with your CD.
Yes.
Most Known Unknowns.
Classic.
And you sampled a lot of Willie Hutch.
Yes.
A lot of Willie Hutch.
Yes.
So we've got the Fully Exposed album.
Yes.
You've sampled Sunshine Lady on here.
Yes.
One of my favorite songs.
Yes, thank you.
You've got the Mac. You sampled that. The Theme.
Yes.
Choose You. And I also like how when you did Project Pat Choose You, you didn't only you didn't feel like you couldn't keep sampling the same songs.
Yeah, me and Paul did that. Me and DJ Paul, we produced all those songs.
And another song that I want to talk about is the Project Pat's. You did Choices.
Yeah.
And this is the Impressions.
Yes.
Choice of Colors. Now I wanted to ask you, did you listen to the message in this song? When you sample a song, I know we talked about, you said you listened to the beat. How important was this message to you? Because this is a heavy message.
The song it talks about what the message is, you know. You had a choice of colors.
Which one would you choose?
Yeah, it's real serious.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
That's all the Impressions Mayfield did was write songs about, you know, what's going on in the community, a lot of conscious music, you know. That's all Mayfield and them did.
And then one of my favorite samples by 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
Good Stuff.
Yeah.
And this was your first crossover hit.
Yes.
You sampled Johnny Taylor.
Yes.
My favorite. Johnny Taylor's my all-time favorite.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
And you sampled Good Love.
Yes. Classic.
Tell me how that came about.
Man, me and Paul would always mess around with a lot of different samples, and we just felt like when he talked about good love, you know, we said good stuff. You know,
Yes.
we talking about, you know, drugs. You know what I'm saying? It was that song was like they played that song like the Good Stuff record was like a smash. It played on the radio all day, every day. So we took it and it was distributed by Selecto Hits, which was our distribution company. And we was like, man, you know, we could get it cleared, whatever, because they distribute it. They own, I think they own the rights to it. So we didn't have a problem, you know, making the song and putting it out. And we just made it off of, you know, smoking weed and doing other things of, you know, what young niggas do back in the day, you know what I'm saying, and which they do right today, you know what I'm saying. So we made a song out of it, and it blew up just as big as the original, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course. And you've sampled so many artists: Lamont Dozier, David Ruffin, Bobby Womack.
Yes.
One sample you did that kind of stood out to me. You sampled Barney's "I Love You."
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Man, me and Paul, we just experiment, and we don't really, we don't discriminate.
And you heard that, and you were just like, I feel like I can do something with it.
Yeah, we don't discriminate to any music. We just hear sounds, and we just, you know, we just grab elements from different samples, and we make a hit out of it. That's how we made our music back in the day.
And 3 6 Mafia, a lot of people are sampling your music.
Yes, everybody's sampling, and you know, make sure y'all get those samples clear, you know.
Yeah. So I heard you are clearing about 5 to 6 samples a day.
Yep, 5, 6, sometimes 7 a day.
Wow.
You know? Yeah, the catalog it just out of nowhere, it just blew up. You know, over the years, it's just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you know, thank God we didn't sell everything. You know, we own 100% of it. So you know, we'll see what happens, man. You know, as it gets, as it expands.
Of course. And when it came to sampling, when it was time to pick out the old school songs, was that you or was that DJ Paul?
Both of us. Both of us.
So he was into the old school as well?
Yeah. Both of us worked together, yep.
Wow, okay. I sometimes, because I know you talk about it a lot more, about the old school. So I want to know who kind of did it a little bit more. But it was both of you.
Yeah, we both of us from Memphis. Both of us, you know, we liked a lot of the same things. You know what I'm saying, like music, and you know, we would, you know, just like he would come up with an idea, I would come up with an idea, then we'll produce it together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's amazing.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah. And speaking of sampling, you got your first 4-track mixer.
Yes.
From a teacher at your school.
Yes, Coach Jefferson.
Coach Jefferson.
Sold it to me for $100. I was working at Kroger's, a grocery store, so I had to save my money. I was, you know, saving. Back then, I think I was getting paid like $4.25 an hour.
Wow.
So I was just saving, and you know, once I got that little $100, I got that 100. It took a while to make that 100. You know, you making $4.27 an hour. You only working 4 hours. I think I worked 4 hours a day. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah.
Yes, no. Now listen, Kroger was my first job at the age of 14, and I was making $8.90 an hour.
Woo!
Man, I can't remember. 2000.
We weren't making it like that. That was 2000s.
Well, yeah.
Early 90s, you know what I'm saying?
I think that was around 2016 I was working there. 2015, 16 I was working there.
Yeah,
but that's amazing. That was both our first job. Was that your first job?
Yep, that was my first job.
And then you also, you're a hustler, so you would sell mixtapes.
Sold drugs, try to do a lot of, you know, just whatever I could put my money into. You know, I just did a little bit of everything, you know. But yeah, mixtapes was my thing though. When I was selling mixtapes, that's when I quit my job. I was like, I quit everything because the mixtapes were selling really good, so I could, you know, I had money in my pocket then. I was really making it then.
And where would you say you learned that work ethic?
Just streets, you know what I'm saying? Just learn how to hustle in the streets. You know, I would sell everything. I was back in the day, I was selling like porn magazines, you know, like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was selling
anything you could sell,
shit.
You was selling.
I would sell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You've stated how important Stax Records was to your upbringing and your career.
Yes. Yeah, our goal, me and Paul's goal was to make Hypnotized Minds the next Stax. That was our goal, and we did it. We did it. You know what I'm saying? We did it. We produced a lot of acts, Lil White. And like most of our music, we kept it independent. And I'm glad we did that, you know what I'm saying? Because we sold like 200,000 on Lil White and, you know, 100,000 on Frazier Boy and, you know, Killer Clan Kazi over 100,000. We was like really making crazy money on the independent level in the early 90s, and we never sold it to the majors. 3 6 Mafia eventually went on to the majors, but we didn't give the majors all our music because we wanted to keep that independent title, you know, masters, stuff like that, you know.
And you learned that from the books that your mom was getting for you.
Yeah. My mom was a librarian. She checked out all the music books. I told her to check out every book in the library about music business. Nothing else. I didn't want to know nothing else. I said I got everything else as far as the talent and trying to play instruments or whatever. Check out the business, and I read all the books on business. I knew about production and executive producers and how much they're supposed to get into percentages. I knew everything before somebody put a contract in my face. I knew the whole shit, you know what I'm saying?
And that's good, and I think that if you're gonna get in the industry, I think that's what you should do.
Yes.
Educate yourself, not only about the music, but the business.
Yes. Most
a book that was really important was Soulsville, USA.
Yes, I read that book 100 times.
I've been trying to get my hands on a copy. I can't find it anywhere.
Really?
Yes.
You probably might can find it on Amazon, maybe.
I'll double check, but I was trying to find it locally. Couldn't find it locally.
Yeah, you can find it.
Yeah, definitely not in stores anymore.
Not in stores. No.
But Al Bell.
Yes.
Have you ever met him?
Never met him. I wanted to. I would love to meet Al Bell.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna meet him one day, and you're coming. I'm gonna let you know about it.
Please do. Yeah. I looked up to Al Bell. Still do, because he strategized the way he put his records together and how he promoted his records. He's a great promoter. Mm-hmm. He started out thinking like in promotion before he became the executive of Stax. He was good at promotion, and I studied the way he promoted. He said if he blow up in, he said if he can get his artists to promote in Chicago, it'll expand. The way he strategized his artists and how he made the buzzes get bigger for his artists. We did that with 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And it's a great goal to have that, especially not only as an artist, but you just like to say you're a producer before a rapper.
Yes, true. Actually, real shit, like a lot of people don't know, I actually want to be a singer. You
did? Yeah. I read that in your book.
Yeah, I wanted to be a singer and produce, of course, and which I became. Not a singer, but that was my love, because I used to see Prince and, playing the piano, and Barry White and Isaac Hayes, my favorites, and I used to be like, man, that's what I want to do. I want to be.
You want to be all them wrapped into one.
Yeah, wrapped into one. And rap just came and sat in my lap, and hey, man, here we are.
Yeah, definitely.
Still moving forward.
One thing I loved that Stax did was Watch Stax.
Yes.
Where they got together with Jesse Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Come to California.
They did, and they put on this big show and brought everybody together.
Yes.
That was a big point. That was a big moment for Black people.
Yeah, very, very big, man. I mean, Isaac Hayes come out with the chains on.
Look, we'll talk about the outfits. Yeah. I have pictures of the outfits.
Amazing.
How important is fashion in the music industry?
Man, that's your.
Rufus Thomas.
Oh yeah. Look at him. Look at the boots.
with the cape.
You know what I'm saying?
That was his own style, right?
Yeah, you gotta have as an artist, you gotta have your style. Look at Prince, Michael. Everybody has their style, you know.
Yes. So what's your style?
I mean, this crazy hair. You know what I'm saying? These shades. Yes. Always. They used to call me Shades when I was growing up. I used to wear shades all the time, but that was my thing, I had to find something that, people, when they see me, they'll be like, okay, that's Juicy J right there. He got the shades on. I feel like every artist has the hairs that, you got to have that style.
Yeah, you have to have something of your own.
Yep.
And Rufus Thomas was a radio personality on WDIA.
Yes.
Did you listen to WDIA growing up?
Yeah, my mom, she's, rest in peace before she passed away. That's all she loved WDIA. That's all she listened to,
And how important was the influence of those radio personalities then?
Yeah, I wanted to be a DJ too. You know what I'm saying? Listening to a DJ back in the day on the radio in the morning, talking about what's going on in the world, and then playing the music. I mean, that was everything, you know what I'm saying? Even like Memphis used to have this station, 101, they used to play like The Quiet Storm. They had the DJ talking, hey, we in the quiet storm, da-da-da, with the deep voice. And they would play the old school sample, stuff that I sampled. That's what really got me into the sample. And they would play all this old school, like Teddy Pendergrass and
all the greats,
the OJs and stuff like that. And a lot of Lamondos and Willie Hutch. And I'd be like, man, that shit hard, But it was like they played a lot of it at Sunday night. They call it The Quiet Storm.
Yeah, they still got The Quiet Storm going on today.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Okay.
I know WBLS is big for that, The Quiet Storm.
Yes.
And that's where you learned all of those great songs that you went on and sampled.
Yes.
Did you ever hear of Bobby OJ?
Yeah, Bobby OJ. Yes! Rest in peace,
yeah. He passed away a couple years back, but he was big on WDIA.
Yes, I think he passed away at the station. He passed away doing something
he loved.
He loved to do. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. Legend. He that's what he did. Radio. I mean, he's the king, you know what I'm saying, of that, you know, in Memphis, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I could, man, what? Yeah, all the time. Bobby OJ was the man, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, my father still listens to WDIA to this day.
Wow, that's
to
dope.
this day, he turns it on. We live in Detroit, but he's still turning it on. He said he's got to keep up with Memphis news.
That's dope, man. Yeah, yeah. My mom, before she passed, that's all she listened to. Yeah. My dad still listened to it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your book. You recently came out with a book. It'll be 1 year old next month, September 5th.
Yep. Shout out to Soren Baker. He wrote this book with me. Yep.
You are? Yes, of course.
Yeah. Make sure y'all go get this right here. This book is going fast. It's selling. It's actually picking up too. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think books are different. People don't read anymore. So it just like slowly but surely been going crazy and picking up. And this is real. This is a blessing, man. Like, look at my beautiful kids right there.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a blessing, man. Just putting this book together with Soren Baker and real life situations. Talks about a lot about mental health and a lot of great things, man. You know,
it's definitely a
music.
great read.
Yeah, thank you.
And without giving it away, what was something that would you say there was something hard about sharing that you felt that they need to know this? I can't tell my story without sharing this.
No, not really, because that's kind of what my mind was set at. I was like, I'm going to tell my truth, I'm going to speak about myself, I'm throwing myself underneath the bus and all these dark secrets and things I was going through. I'm going to just tell people what it was, And when you read it, it's very, very interesting. It's, it's probably make you shed a couple tears.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Make you laugh. Just real life shit. Everybody talks about the good things, but it's a dark side to everything. It's a dark side to the music business, a dark side to everything. The streets, dark side, So I try to make sure I put a lot of that, the dark stuff in there that a lot of people probably take out of their books or wouldn't talk about, or people wouldn't say anything. I just make sure I put all it in there because I want people to understand that I'm a real person. I went through hell to get here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, but I thank God he brought me out of it because I could have been in jail, dead. It's nobody wins in those streets. You know what I'm saying? In the streets of Memphis, nobody wins. No,
you're right. And what I love about the book is you can see the growth, not only in your company and you growing as a businessman, but your mindset.
Yeah.
You matured and you didn't want outsiders in the studio. No smoking, no guns allowed in the studio, no outsiders.
Yeah.
And you said you kind of felt like Otis Williams with the Temptations.
Yeah, right. For real. Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
But I feel like you were channeling your inner James Brown because you started finding people.
Yeah.
When they were coming in late to sessions, you would find them.
Yeah, I would find them. I was.
That's James Brown.
You not working in this studio, like you're not, an engineer or somebody running errands to go get food. Don't come in.
Don't come in.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. That's how you got to be. Especially if
boss.
You want to run something successful, you have to have standards. You have to have discipline. And if they can't follow it, then they can't be a part of it.
Yep, facts.
A quote that I really love that you said, nobody talks about the grind and the hustle and the money you have to put in to become successful. It takes real effort to make real money.
Yes, real effort, yes.
And I thought that was heavy.
Yeah, thank you. Real dedication. You know what I'm saying? And you can't let nobody stand in your way. And I just wasn't gonna let nobody. I didn't care who you were. I don't care if you was the street kingpin.
Yes.
I would stand up to the street kingpin and be like, "Nigga, you ain't shit." You know what I'm saying? I'm from Memphis. I'm from Memphis too now. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
With a gun on me or no gun on me, I just stood on my business. I just didn't let nobody stand in my way of me making it. Me. Not just me, but the group, the whole Hypnotized Minds. I didn't let nobody stand in our way. Nobody's gonna come in and fuck up this business. So that's just how me and Paul was back in the day.
Yeah, that's a good leader right there.
Yes.
Setting examples.
Thank you.
Of course. And that's something I really learned from your book is the leader still are, and that you're continuing to be.
Thank you.
And you talk about maybe when you're 65, you might want to run for politician in Memphis.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like Memphis just needs an uplift. I think they need better jobs out there. You know what I'm saying? Better opportunities. I feel like Memphis never really had the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Even like the music opportunities. I'm right now. I'm in the process. I'm looking at some buildings. I want to open up a studio in Memphis and let people come in and record for free.
Wow.
You know
you
what I'm
heard
saying?
it here.
Yeah, that's what I'm in the process. I've been looking at a lot of different buildings, and I'm gonna try to find something that's, that's dope and chill, and I gotta make sure it's it's gonna be in order because Memphis is a turned up city, but I want to let people record for free. You know what I'm saying? Give some stuff back to the community. It's such a lot of great talent out there. A lot of people don't never get a chance to get heard, and it's always been like that. And Memphis always been like a diamond in the rough. That's why now we finally, people are finally starting to find out about Memphis, and everything that comes out of Memphis is like A1. It top of the charts.
That's
You
right.
from Memphis, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Anything comes out of Memphis is top of the charts, you know. So like, I think we need that opportunity. So that's kind of where I'm at. I want to. We need better jobs in Memphis, man. Better
Opportunity. You said it right.
Better. We got to make some better moves, stuff like that. So I'm thinking about it as far as like running for senator or something like that. Just a thought.
Okay.
Just a
Well, you
thought.
got some time. You got a good 15 years on your
Yeah.
hands.
I'm still making music, you know.
Yes.
So I still got a few
That's
things
a
to
backup.
do.
That's a retirement plan.
Yes. I agree.
Another quote that I love from the book: "Only having yes men around you is a death sentence." That's heavy.
Yes. I hate yes men. I like a person to be true with me. Like, just tell me if the music sounds good or I'm doing something crazy. I would tell everybody in my group, hey man, if you see me doing something that I shouldn't be doing, please tell me. Don't let me just go out and kill myself or go to jail. Tell me, say, hey man, slow down. You doing this, you know, you smoking too much weed or you doing this, you drinking too much. Tell me. I mean, I'm gonna listen. I don't like nobody telling me, yeah, that sound good, yeah. That sound good, yeah. Nah, man, we don't.
It also hinders your growth.
Yes.
You know, you can stay at a point where you won't grow anymore because people are just telling you what you want to hear.
I hate yes men. I hate them.
It's that death sentence, right?
Yes, it definitely is.
But how did you get to that frame of mind?
I don't know. I mean, I just never. I just like the truth. You know, tell me the truth. I don't know. I was always been like a more of like just be truthful about everything. You know what I'm saying? Just speak your truth. That's kind of like where I'm at. Like with anybody, like just speak your truth. You like this song? Say you like it. If you don't like it, say you don't like it, and tell me why you don't like it. So maybe I can go back in the lab and create something that sounds better. Cause I'm not. You know, yeah, of course I'm a genius, but I don't think I'm perfect at everything I do. We make mistakes. We don't, you know, sometimes I might have a song with a different type of snare that might don't sound good or say something in a hook that don't sound good. So when me and Paul would bounce off ideas, we just be more truthful. Like, nah, that don't sound that good or this sound like that. I mean, I was the number one guy that'd be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? My brother had got out of jail. He produced a whole album. And everybody was like, yeah, it sound all right. I walked in the studio, I listened to it, I was like, no. I said, no, man, no. I'm just being real. I'm a Project Pat fan. Like, this album don't sound good. I made him redo the whole album over.
Wow.
But I just had to speak my truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then we got all the great projects he's done.
Yeah, you gotta
So
be
you have
truthful.
to tell the truth. You have
be
to let
truthful.
people know.
And one thing about him, he was. I talk about it in my book. He was the truth about stuff I did. Man, you getting too high. Man, you doing this. Man, y'all fell off. You know, he would tell me stuff, but I would always listen. I never be like, "What you say, nigga?" You know, I would listen to that because that's truth. Somebody tell you something ain't good or something ain't right, like you should take heed to listen to that. Like, why are they saying that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing wrong to make you think that? You know. So yeah, it's just a part of growing up. You know.
It definitely is.
You know what I'm saying? Evolving.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you found your purpose very early in life.
Yeah.
What would you say, age 13?
Yep, age 13. Yep, 13.
And that's when you started DJing.
I was I wasn't DJing. I was just kind of like messing around with the turntables a little
Okay.
bit, just kind of
Scratching, learning how to
scratches,
scratch.
practicing. And then when I was 16, I started DJing with this guy named Danny Jackson, D Magic. My nigga D Magic said he had to have it. You know?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to him. He actually he had all this studio equipment, shotgun house in Evergreen, North Memphis, and I would go over there and just be over there mixing and scratching and stuff like that at his house, and we started a DJ business.
I was at the record store.
Wow!
And I was at the
can't
record
believe.
store.
That's amazing.
I go to all the local record stores in Detroit,
Wow.
and I can't believe I found this.
Yes.
It is the Fresh Prince, DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Classic.
I'm the rapper, he's a DJ. And this is their first cassette, their first album. And DJ Jazzy Jeff was a huge influence, especially when we
Actually,
started.
not to cut you off, that's the second album.
That's the second?
Yeah, the first one was Rock the House.
Well, second.
Well, good though. That's go ahead, but that's the one that really took him over the top.
And
I
this
think
is
they won
the
a
one
Grammy
that
for that
you, is this what kind of, got you into scratching, that one?
The first one was called Rock the House. That really got me into
Okay.
scratching. Then this one, I think this one won a Grammy. This one was like, you come up with that first album is always the big one. Then the second one was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, household name. You know what I'm saying? Like this the album that really put them on the map.
And to find it in cassette in 2024, I don't know how I did it.
Wow.
I found it, but I was looking.
It's amazing, man.
I don't go to the hip hop section too often because y'all know I'm stuck in the 70s. I truly am stuck in the 70s.
Wow.
And I was in the hip hop section and I found.
Classic. May I said it?
Yeah,
Sorry,
of course.
Go ahead.
In the hip hop section, looking for some 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
And I found the most known unknown CD in the record store. Very exciting because I hate to order something offline. I love to find it, and then this is where I found this gem right there.
Classic.
I'm gonna let you have it. I don't know if you still have a cassette player.
Ooh, do we got a cassette player right here? I think we do.
Or maybe it could just be on display.
Yeah. Like this is like you can. This stuff is gold now. This stuff goes for like $200, $300. Stuff is gold.
But it's a part of your history.
Man. Thank you. Like,
of course.
This is like this is dope. Yeah, man. A lot of people don't even know Will Smith was rapping back then. They don't even know that. Now,
Oh yeah, my generation just thinks he was an actor.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, they didn't know.
And they think they're so shocked when they find out he's a rapper. Yeah, he had a lot of hits.
A lot of hits. Yeah, he's
Won a
big.
Grammy.
He's big back then. Yeah.
Yeah. So you talk about the next phase in your career.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make more music that, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? That you can really leave a mark left with this music. Are you working on any up-and-coming projects that reflect that?
Yeah. I just dropped one project called Mental Trillness, Part 1, Part 2. I talk about a lot of mental health. And this new project I'm dropping is very special to me. It's called the Raven Night Social Club. It's a hip-hop jazz album.
Wow,
it's in
hip-hop
between.
and jazz, okay.
Yeah, it's like a mixture. And I'm excited about it because it's totally different. It's nothing ratchet on there. It's actually talking about real life, my kids, stuff like that, growing up in North Memphis. I talk about some political things on there. I got a song called The Higher Ups. I talk about corporate America, what's going on in the streets, what's going on with the economy. It's different. Like, it's a different side of me. It's stuff that I always wanted to do in my life. But like, I feel like at the beginning, I was telling you this earlier, off camera, that I was like a conscious rapper. I would listen to Nas. Like, Nas is my favorite artist. I would listen to Nas. I talked about stuff in the streets and talked about what's going on in the political scene, in the courthouse, and because my brother was going to court a lot, and and I just talked about a lot of political things and stuff that that moves the soul. I would say.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I'm very excited for this new project.
Yeah. The Raven Night Social Club. It's a dope album. It's different. Just like Mental Trillness, that's different. And I'm dropping an album with Logic. He produced
your best
beats.
friend.
Yeah, that's my best. Yep. He produced the beats, and I did all the rapping. He produced the whole album. Like, Logic is a dope producer. Like, you hear some of his production, it's amazing.
Of course.
So I'm gonna drop that at the end of the year. But Raven Night Social Club drops this month in August. Yep.
You guys look forward to that.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
I'm excited for it. Jazz and hip hop.
Yes.
That's great.
90% of the album was excuse me, all live instruments, live drums, horns,
It's gonna be a totally different Juicy J sound, is what I'm hearing.
Totally different. It's gonna shock some people. And I had fun with it. I mean, it wasn't like forced or nothing. I just went in the studio and brought all my homies from Memphis and the musicians we hired, and man, we just got busy, man. You know what I'm saying? We made some great production.
Yes, of course. And you talk about being, a conscious rapper. Would you say it's important at some point in everybody's career to kind of turn back and think about what is your mark left on the world? What are you leaving? What do you want to be remembered for?
Yeah, that, and it comes natural with me, It comes natural with me. It's like certain things I always wanted to do, I never did. Like I was gonna make it, like, on the low in the 90s, I was gonna make an R&B album. I was gonna change my name because I didn't want nobody to know it was me, and I was gonna make a whole R&B album. I was gonna sing on it and everything. And
so wait, you can actually sing?
I'm not that good, but I mean, I come up with melodies, and I can write some stuff, and you know what I'm saying. But that's why I was gonna change the name, because since nobody didn't like it, they weren't gonna know it's me.
They won't.
They weren't gonna know it's me. Yeah, but that's something I really wanted to do. I wanted to make an R&B album. I was gonna sing.
You think you'll still do it?
I mean, you know, now they got the auto-tune stuff. I probably couldn't, you know, hold a key, a note or whatever.
Get away with
you know,
it, yeah.
and get away with it, yeah. Because back then, you know, it was like the talk box. And I actually bought a talk box, but I never really proceeded with it. Because I don't know, I would get ready to do it, and I'd be like, man, I can't do this type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would get discouraged and be like,
I think the world would love to hear you sing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I told you. That's what I want to be. I want to be a singer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you wanted to be everybody mixed into one.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson, Prince, Barry White.
All of them. Sha Na Na. I don't know if you probably ever heard Sha Na
Yes,
Na.
the TV show, the dance
Sha Na Na,
TV show that you used to watch, right?
Yeah, all that.
Soul Train, all those shows.
Yes.
That's what I spend my free time doing, watching those shows. Unsung, Soul Train.
Yeah, that stuff classic, man. You get to really understand, you know, like you see the moves and the music. I mean, they really put something in that music, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have auto-tune. They didn't have, you know, they didn't really have, I don't think, when Sha Na Na came out, they didn't have drum machines like that. So you didn't have nothing you could loop. You had to actually go in there and make that music and, you know, and do it straight through.
So wait, they would DJ on that show?
Well, and no, Sha Na Na, that show was like, that was just like a musical.
Oh yeah, like Soul Train, like just dancing.
Yeah,
and
dancing.
Playing the latest music.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just, but you know, you it's just like entertainment. But I would say just back then, it was the grind was different. Like now, it's a little bit more easy to make music. You know, you can get AI and take the vocals out and all that shit. I mean, back then it was nothing like that. You know, people was really performing and really creating that music. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really so much about a sample or nothing like that. It was really actually performing it and creating it and tweaking it and making it, you know, what it is.
Making it theirs, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Do you enjoy the old school way of like producing, or do you like how everything's like easy now?
Well, I mean, I can adapt to whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know, like times change, nothing's gonna stay the same. You know, so I don't really be like, oh, it should sound like this, or that music don't sound. You know, I'm not like one of them old school guys that be just down in everything that the new people doing. No, I mean, I go with the flow, because I mean, I don't like to, you know, be living in the past. I don't like living in the past. I live, you know, if you ask me, I feel like I live in the future. You know, I'm always thinking, what's the next biggest thing? You know. Yeah.
Definitely.
So that's how I move. Yeah.
Well, you've been writing since high school.
Yeah.
And you've had a very successful career. How would you say your music has changed, developed? How would you say it's changed?
Man, I think it's changed everybody's lives. I mean, if you listen to the music today, it sounds like 3 6 Mafia.
Everything does.
Yeah, everybody's sampling and
sound.
they're using the flows, which I have no problem with. I love it. I'm like totally shocked. I always knew that the music was like it was just such a great thing. You know, when we was making the music, it was just all, you know, because we started as underground rappers. We wouldn't hit no pop charts and nothing like that. It was underground. So, you know, our music was just what it was. We made it, you know, how we felt. We didn't try to think. It wasn't too much thought. We just went in the studio and made the music. Smoked some weed, drank, or, you know, sometime I was sober. We just made what we made, and all of a sudden, 15 years later, 20 years later, whatever, it just boom. Everybody's sampling everything. Everybody's using the flows. It's like it was a diamond in the rough. It's like, you know what I'm saying, rap got to a certain point, they went back. You know, rappers was moving forward and said, "Oh, let's go back and grab some of this old 3 6 Mafia,
exactly,
and use this sample and use this flow or use this ideal or use that, and it's cool. I love it. It's clear. Just get it cleared. You know?
No, definitely get it cleared.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I should ask that, but is clearing music, is that whole process, getting that sample, is that a hard process to do?
No, not with us. We clear everything.
Okay, but
I'm about the bag. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. But what about when the roles are reversed and you're trying to clear, like when you're trying to use someone else's sample? Say an old school artist. Is that a hard process?
Oh, yeah. It's difficult because, you know, sometimes they hear the song, they be like, oh, I don't like it. Or change the lyrics up. Or I've had some people say, hey, man, change the beat up, change the lyrics. Just like, oh, my God, I ain't changing nothing up, man. Fuck it. But then they won't clear it, so.
So then you won't be able to use it at that point.
No, either you gotta either go by what they say or fuck it.
So have you had some hit songs in your mind that you thought, you know, it would be a hit, but then you couldn't get it cleared?
Yes, lots of times.
You have?
Lots of times. Yeah.
Wow. So most artists probably go through that then.
Yeah. It's not easy. It's easy clearing 3 6 Mafia music, but a lot of old school artists, like the 70s and stuff, they don't be like clearing a lot of stuff like that. They be, some of them, you know, some people turn religious and they be like, no, you're cussing over my record. No.
Yeah.
They don't really care about the money. It's more about the art, you know.
I think that is. I don't want to say that's the. I think that's the difference between the old school and the new school. Is they cared about the art. That was their craft, and not to say that it's not like that today, but I think they truly cared about the way they were represented.
Yep. It's deeper.
It was deeper,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
them.
Very, very, very deep. You know, it's just, they.
It was a different time.
Yeah, they listen to everything, every word. Send the lyrics. A lot of times we have to send the lyrics. What we talking about?
Wow.
You know. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is.
No, definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. One quote that I love, you say in the book. No, we're going back to the book. At some point, what are you gonna do after you're done popping your collar? Meaning, when you get to a certain point, what is the next step in your life?
Well, as far as me, kids.
Kids. That was the next step. Marriage and kids.
Taking care of these kids. You know, making sure they they get all the great education they supposed to get, and watching over them and teaching them and reading with them, and just making sure they good, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids are the future, so we got to teach them and make sure they stay out of trouble, man. These kids is getting into a lot of trouble these days. So yeah, that's it for me. You know, just kids.
Yeah, and you're a family man now.
Yeah, marriage, kids. Yep.
You're gonna be married 10 years next year.
Yep.
That's very exciting.
It's amazing, man. That's what life is all about. You know what I'm saying? Evolving with the family. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah.
My parents been married 30 years, and I want you to, I don't know if you're going to remember this, but there's a song by the Presidents called 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years of love.
Yeah.
You know it?
I've heard that. You know, a lot of time I don't know who sing what, but yeah.
Marvin Gaye has a version of it as well, but it's originally by the Presidents. And you can play that for your wife next year when y'all turn 10 years.
Okay, all
and
right.
every year after that.
Maybe I'll sample that, you know what I'm saying?
Sample it, maybe so.
Hope I can get it cleared.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know too much about that. But hopefully you do. So first there was East and West Coast rap, and then came Southern rap. Do you think that the South gets enough credit for their style?
Now we do. At first we didn't. You know what I'm saying? First it was like the South was overlooked. You know, Outkast said the South got something to say. I feel like when they said that, then people start speaking up. You know, oh man, this person's dope. That person's dope. You know, so you know, over the years, it's been like in the early '90s, it was definitely like overlooked. Now it's like, oh, the South is on fire. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, Texas, Miami. You know what I'm saying?
You think they took
Florida.
the number one spot?
What, Atlanta? Atlanta?
Like, just Southern rap.
Oh, yeah, all Southern rap, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Texas, Florida. Florida's popping hard. A lot of dope artists out of Florida. A lot of dope artists out of Memphis, Atlanta, you know. Yeah, we rolling now, man. You know what I'm saying? We in now, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I always like to ask my guests, I'm very fortunate for you wanting to come on Behind the Patrol, but I want to know, why did you want to come on Behind the Patrol?
I saw your interview with Dr. Dre, and I was amazed. I was like, wow, he doesn't do interviews with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I got to check this out, man. What's this all about? And I saw, you know, and I was telling you earlier, I was seeing some Instagram clips about you talking about old school music and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, this young lady, man, how she know about all this type of music, you know what I'm saying? So I was devastated. I was like, oh, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? So I reached out to my manager, and I told him that I wanted to be on your show. And here we are.
Yes, we're here.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
I appreciate you pulling up. You know
of course. Thank you for having me. And like I told you, I was really excited about this just because Memphis.
Yeah. I found out you was from Memphis. I was like, oh.
Even better.
No wonder. Yeah, no wonder you know about, you know, stylistics and, you know, and Tempries and all these.
Ooh, the Tempries.
Yeah. Dope
amazing
artists.
Group.
Yes, yeah.
Amazing group. What's your favorite Tempries song?
Man, so many. Love between a boy and girl
can be so
can
wonderful.
be so, yeah.
Okay, I hear the vocals.
Yeah.
I hear. Look, we were looking forward to that Juicy J.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Singing album.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
But
we'll see.
It was definitely a lot of great music that came out of Memphis. And I'm happy that, you know, we're sitting down and we're doing this.
Yeah. M-Town, man.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, what else do you have coming up? What can we expect from Juicy J in the future?
Me and Project Pat, we got an album. It's hard as fuck. It's called Them Goats. Pat came up with the idea. Like, man, we should do an album together called Them Goats. I was like, oh man, that's a dope ass idea. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's going great. It's actually 98% done.
Oh, so we can expect it soon?
Maybe. I mean, I gotta drop the Raven Knight. I got the Logic. Maybe after I drop the album with Logic,
Okay.
then so it could be
Next
later.
year?
Probably next year,
Okay.
top of next year or something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
well, we're all gonna be on the lookout for that because that's gonna be epic.
It's really good, man. Like, you know, Pat is a genius. I feel like he don't get the respect, you know what I'm saying, that he's supposed to get as an artist because he's so talented. You know, he's been like this, you know, from day one. You know what I'm saying? I used to always be like, nigga, you cold, man. You know, he would like Pat was like the only artist I could play a beat and walk out the studio. Yeah, come back and the whole song would be done. 3 verses and a hook.
He would write it that quick.
Well, I mean, it takes some time, but like
Yeah.
he could create a whole song. Like usually back in the day, me and Paul would write a lot of the songs with the artists. You know, they'd write the verse, me and Paul write the hooks. You know, we would make the beat. You know, we would be in the studio, but like Pat was kind of hands on. You know what I'm saying? You know, we helped out a little bit, but he could do a lot of his own right. You know, he walk in just kill the whole song. You know what I'm saying? So he's always been talented. Even right today, he's still the same way. He come in and I do a verse, he'll do a verse. I'll be like, damn, man, I need to do my verse over. I gotta keep up. Like he's still good. He's still good at what he do. You know what I'm saying? OG. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people. In the beginning, did you guys not tell the world that you guys were siblings? That you guys are brothers? Was that on purpose?
Yeah, we did it on purpose. Cause a lot of times I didn't want, like growing up in Memphis. I didn't want a lot of people knowing a lot of things about me. Cause I felt like, you know, in that street life, if I had to come and get you, I didn't want you to know that somebody that I know that we didn't want you to know, you know, that's how we moved. You know what I'm saying? Not saying we was on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? But just in case, like Michael Mack said, by any means necessary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before you know it, my brother come across your dome, you didn't even know that was my brother. So we didn't really advertise. Oh, we brothers. We just kind of like, you know, we just did music together. And people found out later on, like, y'all niggas brothers. How you know y'all?
Yes.
Yeah, man, it's my brother. We grew up, you know what I'm saying, together. You know, same mom and dad, everything. You know?
Everything. And how did it feel like, you know, experiencing all that with your brother?
Yeah, it was dope. You know, I always told him he had a dope ass style for music, and we did this song called Ballers, and we were shooting a video in North Memphis, and I was like, man, you see how you come on that song, jumping up some chia, I said, you got to keep saying that, man. That's gonna be your signature flow. People gonna know you by that flow. You don't use it on every song, but just use it on different songs. I told him, I said, just use it, you know, every now and then you come in like, you know, jumping up some chia. I said, you got to use that. That's him. Today, that's him. If you hear anybody doing that flow, I think I heard a Will Smith song, a new song. I heard him doing the flow like that. I was like, oh, it's dope.
And that's Project Pat.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's cool. And a lot of other artists use that flow, you know, just like in flows and rhymes or whatever, they use that flow. And that's just dope to see and hear that people are still, you know, going, you know, listening to music and grabbing ideas and using his flow. Man, it's all a blessing, man. Like, it's a blessing from God, man, because, man, we come from Memphis, man. You know how Memphis is. So it's a crazy city. It's crazy. Hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard now, and it was just as crazy back then. So, you know, we wasn't. It wasn't destined that we was gonna make it out of North Memphis. It wasn't like. I didn't think we was. You know, I thought we was going to end up dead or in jail somewhere. You know, who knows?
But I feel like you said you knew at such a young age. You were telling your family, like, I'm gonna be a producer. I'm gonna have this big house on a hill. Like,
of course. So
you had that ambition. At least maybe you couldn't have known. No one could know what, you know, God has in store for them.
Yeah, true.
But you did feel some type of way. You believed in yourself.
I did. And, you know, it just, you know, you got to keep your head on swivel out there. As I was doing that, I was like this at all times because it was just so bad, man. It was just so bad, you know. Death threats, people telling me they're gonna rob me and all. You know, you have to stand on business out there. You know how Memphis is, but you know what I'm saying. We made it, man. We made it. That's why I like to tell people, like, you know, you can make it. You know, you don't have to do these crazy things in the streets. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can turn the other cheek. Sometimes you can go another way or go another route about doing things, and you know, you can save your life.
Did you ever go to Bill Street when you were younger?
Yeah, I had a club on Bill Street. It was called Juicy J's Place.
Really?
Yeah, I had a club.
What years was that active?
Could have been like 93, between 93 and 94.
So before my time.
Yeah, before your time. Yeah. I had a club, it was a dope club. You know what I'm saying? Till somebody got shot in the club, and they shut it down. But anyway,
they tore the club up.
they tore it up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was dope. You know, to have a club. I would showcase, you know, my music and stuff like that. The music I created myself, and I would have other little rappers come and perform there and stuff like that.
That's a great way to promote yourself.
Yes, yes.
Having your own spot.
Yeah, having your
would
own
you
spot.
ever do that again? Do you have another business, like another club or something? Would you ever do that again?
I don't know. Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It depends. It depends. But it was great. It was great when I had it. It was a good experience. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Juicy J's place. That was the name of it on Beale Street.
I like the name of it.
Yeah, it's on Beale Street. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. I do miss living in Memphis sometimes. So and just what I will say is, growing up in Memphis, my parents, I grew up in pretty much the same area as you. But like how you said in your book, it would be one way in your apartment, like in your home. But it would be another way out in the streets.
Yeah.
Your parents kind of shielded you from that.
Yeah. My mom wouldn't let nobody come over, like let nobody come inside the house. You know, they were like, well, the apartment we lived in, she's like, nah, no company. Like, why not? She's like, niggas still out here, you know what I'm saying? Niggas still breaking your shit, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, you're right, they do that out here. So that made sense. And then she would try to not let us go everywhere. She'd be like, nah, y'all, I don't want y'all going too many places because this and that and this is happening over there. And I'm glad she did that.
Yeah,
man,
that's good parenting.
I would have been, yes, very good parenting. I've been fucked up, right? I probably wouldn't be here today. Hey, we here now though, you know what I'm saying?
That is right.
We gotta tell people, you know, where we come from, the ups and downs, but we here now, you know. My mom was always there, you know, my dad was always there. Made sure we was good and they took care of us, man. And yeah, man, all praises due, you know, to the man upstairs and thanking my parents.
Yeah, and I love the scripture on the back of this.
Yeah,
Give thanks unto the Lord.
Yeah, I always would put scriptures on the back of my albums. If you looked at all my album covers, I always put a scripture on the back because I grew up in the church, you know. It all started in the church, so you know, a very religious family. My dad is a preacher, and you know, he just always would pray, and we would pray together as a family, and stuff like that. You know, it was always about the family, and he would always. You know, we pray every Sunday and pray on the phone and, you know, pray all together, you know what I'm saying? We was like out of town somewhere, we all get on the phone or whatever, pray, and then we pray as a family at home, and we always did that, you know, and it kept the bond, you know, kept us grounded, you know what I'm saying? But
Same
I'm
way
glad.
I was raised like that as well.
Yeah, for real. It brought us out. It brought us out.
Definitely.
Could have been worse, yep.
If you could nominate anyone to be on the Rhythm and Soul Patrol, be on Behind the Patrol next, who would you nominate?
Project Pat, Quincy Jones, Herbie Hancock.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, man, Herbie Hancock. Herbie Hancock is the inspiration for my jazz album. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, Herbie Hancock. Herbie Hancock was the first person I heard doing like scratching and shit.
Really?
Yeah, and I can't say he created it. I think Grandmaster Flash, somebody created it, but he was the first person I heard like scratching on a song. Cause Herbie Hancock. I know you know the history of him. You know he's a musician, so he make these instrumentals. So you have these crazy dope instruments. He had this instrumental in the '80s. He's scratching on it. And I was like, damn, what's that sound, you know? And when I was younger, I thought he had created the scratch, but I found out he didn't create it. But he put it. He was like one of the first persons or second or whatever. But early when the scratching started, he put it in his music. So we have these long instrumentals and this scratching and stuff, and you know, different kind of instruments playing. So yeah, Herbie Hancock is a super legend. You know what I'm saying? Jazz is. Man, it's cold, man.
Yeah, no.
He played all kind of instruments.
That's great nominations. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you guys see that and come on Behind the Patrol. We want you here.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Pull up.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, I want to thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you.
And allowing me to, come into your world.
Appreciate it.
And get to know you a little bit better.
Yep.
Truly a fan. And it has been my pleasure to sit here and talk to you.
Thank you. Make sure y'all go get this. Bam. You know what I'm saying? Chronicles of the Juice Man. Shout out to Soren Baker.
And he's not lying when he says selling fast. When I went and got it from the bookstore, I took the last one off the shelf.
Yep.
I sure did.
Thank you. Love, man.
Of course.
M-Town.
Well, I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Patrol. We just sat with Juicy J and talked about his amazing career, the samples he did, and I'm just so fortunate to have this man here on Behind the Patrol. Until next time, I'm Lindsey Renee. Don't lose the groove.
Lindsey Renee, what's next?